Hustler number 2. We started out, we're working on the seams on the front of the fuselage. We do put the painter's tape down to protect some of the other areas where we put the putty in. We're going to build this one in flight, so we had to build some gear doors that were in the up position and work on the landing struts, make them fit. And then we also started, after we worked on the seams, we started doing the scribing, because we scribed all the panel lines on this model. And it originally comes with all raised panel lines, and we went ahead and scribed them all in. And that was a job and a half. Took about probably 12 hours to do the whole thing. We did it working on the fuselage, and then the upper wing sections and the lower wing sections, and the pylons and the engine nacelles. Is just a ton of scribing work. Then we sanded the whole body back, get rid of any of the burrs, and then we were going to work on some more filler here. As soon as we get the tail put on and the engines mounted, we're looking at still looking at some of the scribing lines put in. Honestly, it was a major job to do that. There's our tail section all done. And the engine nacelles, that's the one of the outboard ones, and here's one of the inboard ones. All done up and ready to go. Since we're going to do this in flight, obviously we needed to have a pilot in the cockpit. So we started working on a pilot. He's from the Hasegawa U.S. Air ground crew set. And we did him in the green flight suit with a darker green G suit, and we gave him a camo helmet. And of course he's got his visor down, which is the mirror finish on it, and has got his face mask on for his air. And we got him mounted up in the seat there, ready to put into the cockpit. Next we started mounting the engines. We got all 4 of them put on, and we started using the washi tape to do the masking. If you're not familiar with washi tape, you can buy it from Amazon. It's the same tape that Tamiya sells, but it's a whole lot less expensive because you're not paying for the Tamiya brand name. And again, we got all the nacelles, engine nacelles put on, and those the engine cones put in the front, and we're ready to start working on the tail. Once we get the tail mounted, then we'll do one more round of seam work around the engine nacelles and the tail, and then we'll be ready to get her cleaned up and put in the primer. Hi guys, we're here for the update on the B-58 Hustler in the Southeast Asia camo for the Project Bullseye, and we'll show you a little bit of the progress that we've made so far, and talk a little bit about what's coming next. So we'll jump right in. As you can see here, I've got cockpit glass, cockpit hatch has all been masked up with the washi tape, ready to be put on to the fuselage. And since we're doing this B-58 in flight as opposed to the last one, which had its landing gear down, so we have to have a pilot in there. So I have the Hasagawa U.S. ground crew set. I have both A and B, and they come with pilot figures, so we were covered there. And that'll make Bill happy because, you know, gotta have pilots, Bill. So we painted him up in the green flight suit, the dark green G suit, and since he's Southeast Asia, we put a you know, we gave him a camo helmet, and he's a cool dude, so he's got the chrome mirrored visor on his helmet, and he's got it down, and that's the seat from the kit that he's in. So we got that, and so we got the he's back out here, wrong way. So we got the cockpit glass all masked up, ready. So if you guys don't know about the washi tape, you can get it from Amazon. It's like 20 rolls for under $20. I want to say it's under 15. And each roll is equivalent to one Tamiya roll, and it's made by the same company that makes a Tamiya tape. Tamiya tape is washi tape. You get like 20 different rolls, each one in different colors. They're for scrapbooking and crafting, but it's the same tape. And for what it costs you for 2 or 3 rolls of Tamiya tape, you can get 20 of the washi. So it's a good investment to pick up. And if you don't use Amazon, you can get it from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You'll probably pay a little bit more, but it's still cheaper than the Tamiya tape. And it comes in all the different widths too. Also for the kit, which I did for the last one, I have the Master turn metal pitot tube from Master Models, which is really nice feature. It's just a direct replacement for the plastic one, and they're about 10. I think it's like $10. Find them all over eBay usually, and they'll run. Some people have it for $4.99 with $4.99 shipping, and some people have it for $10 with free shipping. So it's kind of a 6 of one, half dozen of the other on that. Let me grab my box here. I'll put this stuff back in it so we don't lose it. We haven't put these on yet because I still want to clean and wet sand on the fuselage, which I'm going to grab here right now. And we're going to widen out, wide. I may have to move the camera too. Oh, and in case you don't know, the B-58 Hustler is a monster. It's a huge aircraft. This is the 140 and 148 scale. Yeah, let's move the camera a little bit. Putting a little more of it in there. There we go. So as you saw in the pictures in the description leading up, we already done this seam line here, same one on the other side, and we scribed all the panel lines and the whole thing. And we've got the engines all installed. We're still in frame here. Yep, okay. Since we're doing it in flight, I had to make our main gear doors had to be made, and then the center beam here is actually the strut for the forward strut for the landing gear, and it actually folds up outside of the door. And of course the kit isn't designed to be modeled with the gear up, so I had to kind of piece together and make that strut, which also covers up the seam in the doors. For the front here, we were able to use the stock doors from the kit. We've got our engine nacelles are all mounted. We still need to do some sanding and another round of filler there. And I did get the tail mounted, and we got to work on this seam here on the bottom. And on the top. You see, it's it's a darker color because of the glue, but it's still much bigger than what the panel lines would be, so we're going to have to fill it and then rescribe it in the finer lines. Once we get the filler work done, we'll wash the whole model, do a wet sand, clean any of the sand grit out of the panel lines. That's what you're seeing is actually a lot of the grit and ground up plastic kind of filled up from the sanding has kind of filled the panel lines in. But to clean all that out, and then it'll be ready for primer and paint. One other thing I'm going to attempt to do, which may or may not work, so I'll film me making it, and if it does work, I'll make it part of the video, and if it doesn't, I'll say, hey guys, it didn't work, and here's the kit part. But let me find it here. It's a tiny part that most people wouldn't even notice. There we go. The B-58 had a stinger. It had the Vulcan cannon mounted here in the rear, and these are like armadillo armor sections, and the gun could swing up, down, left, right, back to 360 degree motion for about probably 90 degree either way. However, which is cool, the kit part for the gun is hardly a gun at all. It's barely a round piece of tube with 6 little bumps on the end of it. It doesn't look anything like that M60 20mm cannon that was there. So what I'm going to attempt to do is, using stainless steel syringe tubes, is make an actual gun with the barrels on it, instead of just a plastic tube with a couple of bumps on the end. If it doesn't work, I've still got the kit part here. I think if it does work, it's going to look so much nicer to see the 6 individual barrels with their strapping on it coming out of there. So that's kind of where we're at till we do the next update. By then we'll probably for sure be in primer and starting to paint. We may do an in-video painting session, do some of the painting live, or we may not. It depends on how I feel and the work schedule and how things work out. But we're gonna try to do that. And if not, we'll see you on the next update for the B-58 Hustler Project Bullseye. And as they like to say on Monty Python, and now for something completely different. Had quite a few questions pop up about this guy right here. That was the Monogram, now Revell big boy model kit. They run about $25, and we did that one up. It was actually on our club layout until the club layout got dismantled, and now it's back at my house. And one of the main weathering effects you see on it, in the form of the calcium staining, that's all done with the alcohol blushing of the dull coat. It was a tester's dull coat on, let it cure, and you come back with rubbing alcohol. You could either use the 70 or the 90, and wherever you put the alcohol, it turns the dull coat white. It brings the talc out even more, which works great for like this with the water scale from the steam would run down the sides of the locomotive and things like that. Also gives a nice dusting effect to the kit, as you can see. And I don't know if anybody's ever really looked at one of these kits before, but they're supposed to be snap tight kits, but you really should glue them, but they are really nice detailed. Is it as detailed as the $700 HO scale electric locomotive? No. But is it really nice and it will pass for a nice model on your shelf? Yeah, it sure will. And they did 3 or 4 other models as well. They did a Chesapeake and Ohio locomotive. I think it might have been a Hudson. They did a New York Central, either a Hudson or a Niagara. And they did a couple European locomotives too. And all the kits are all about that same price. The Revell kit you can probably still find in the big boy kit you can probably still find in the hobby shops. Some of the other ones you may have to search a bit for. But that's just a little throw in. I had a couple of people ask me about it, and it was sitting here, so we'll thought I'd throw it in. You can also see there's a couple more kits I plan to get done here shortly. The B-35 and the B-49. I hope to be doing those in the very, very, very near future. So, that's what we're at for tonight, guys. And we'll see you in the next update. I'll also put up pictures. I try to put up pictures on Facebook. And I was putting on Google, but for some reason, as of yesterday, Google will not let me add any more pictures to my account, even though I still have like 11 gigabytes of space. So anyway, good night, happy modeling, try to stay warm, try to stay dry, and we'll see you on the next video. Good night.